Hi guys, how are you? Long time no see. I haven't talked to a lot of you in quite a long time. Some of you have been with me for quite a while. Others of you are brand new to my channel. And for those of you, welcome. I'm looking forward to working with you, as I said earlier in my quick little video that I did when I realized that Rich had done me a very, very sweet kindness and shared my last All Signs reading. So, let's start things off with a bang. Before I get into this All Signs reading, the people who commented first on my last All Signs reading and those who are getting the free readings this month are Stacy with no E, Dietz, Showtime Riz, Michelle Day, and Paige Stamen. If you guys haven't already emailed me at my email address that is listed below the video, then please do reach out to me so that way I can get the ball rolling on those for you. Something else I wanted to address right quick before we get to the All Signs reading is I've had a number of people reach out to me and ask me to how to go about scheduling a personal reading. And so in order to do that, what you'll do is please send me an email if you'd like, or you can send payment directly to either my Venmo or my PayPal. And with that, include the question or situation you would like me to read and whether or not you would like your video to be emailed to you as unlisted. If so, please send me an email. If not, and you would like me to post it publicly, please do let me know. And lastly, please be aware, personal readings are $25. That includes for tomorrow's live reading. And the lives will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Little tweak to that, we're going to use only my PayPal for the payment. We're not doing Venmo because it's next to impossible for me to stay on top of both when I'm doing a live. I will have 2 page moderators who will be going through, catching comments, answering questions and whatnot while I'm in the middle of the live. Just to kind of help keep me on track and keep me in the loop and making sure that I'm not missing anybody. So if you see comments from Gina Lloyd or Ricky Moore, then please know that they are my page moderators for my lives. Olivia, who is also my other page moderator, is working, so she won't be able to join us tomorrow. With that being said, let's get to it. Let's do the All Signs reading, guys. As you can hear, I'm shuffling the cards. I'm going to give my standard disclaimer, which is that this is how I see things going right now, and that you can change the direction of the way things are going according to thought, word, or deed. So let's get with it. For those of you who are new, I always will turn the cards from right to left, or excuse me, left to right. I never flip top over or bottom over the top. You'll see what I mean as we go. And I always read it as it lays. Sorry. I was focused on something else for a second. So if it's right side up, I'm going to read it right side up. If it's upside down or reversed, I'm going to read it that way. So let's get to it. All signs for this week, starting November 8th. First card is Temperance, which is a major arcana card. Second card is the Elder of Swords reversed. Third card, and this is what I mean by side to side, is the Seven of Swords, right side up. Fourth card is the Moon reversed. Fifth card is the Hanged Man, right side up. For those of you who are new to this channel, I do intuitive read. Most of my readings are not according to the book. And I also occasionally channel. There's a few of you who have been around for a while when I read with Rich, when he stayed with me, and who have witnessed me channel. So that's something that happens. I don't really have control over when the channeling happens, but it does occasionally happen. Usually it's on personals, and every once in a while it happens on a live reading. Let's get to this all signs reading. So I'm going to turn down Orinoco Flow a little bit. So the first card is Temperance, right side up. This is a Major Arcana card. And honestly, just looking at that card, I will say that in general, this week is going to have kind of a rocky start for a lot of you, especially where work is concerned. And it really seems to be affecting fire signs. Especially like Monday usually starts off with a bang. Most of us hit the ground running and you're off, you're doing your thing. Whether you work in the hospitals, if so, thank you. Or if you work in law and order like what I do, or even if you have another field, it really seems like this week is going to start with a rocky start. And it looks like it's going to kind of even out a little bit, but we'll get there in a moment. So, air signs, have some patience. Just to be kind of a little bit of a forewarning, this card is directly for you. Temper your patience with a little bit of understanding and kind of relax a little bit. Water signs, I understand that you feel a little bit lost right now and that there are quite a few of you that are feeling perhaps unacknowledged, or that you feel maybe a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Disheartened, for lack of a better term. It will get better. I promise it will be okay. I love my water signs. Most of you are just an over emotional wreck, but that's okay. And my earth signs, stubborn. Guys are really, really stubborn. That's okay. Bear with us. The rest of us will catch up to you with this week, I promise. Elder of Swords reversed. Okay, we're going to read a couple of these at a time, I think. And the Seven of Swords right side up. This goes with the overall theme that it's going to kind of start off a little bit rocky. Monday and even possibly into Tuesday might have a little bit of a rough go, especially with Mercury being in Scorpio. There is a lot of intensity for emotions, a lot of intensity through communication, and right now communication is key. Don't forget that we are also gearing up for that new moon, and there is a lunar eclipse that's coming up. So all of this is going to kind of play into how things happen for all of the signs. Every earth, air, fire, water, it doesn't matter. Even if you were on the cusp, it will affect you. Please do yourselves a favor. Make sure that you communicate. And this isn't just with your spouse or your significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. This is across the board. Communication, especially this week, is absolutely key. Co-workers, whether it's friends, family, it does not matter. If you don't speak and you're keeping some secrets, it's not going to end well. Okay, there will be some blow-ups along the way, a lot of hurt feelings or some anger. Absolutely. In fact, I'm going to tell you right now, this card in this spread is signifying to me that there are going to be some secrets that will be revealed, and it will give many of you pause. That's the Hangman. This comes towards the end of the week when that communication is happening, maybe, and as I said, some of those secrets are being revealed, some of the things are coming to light. A lot of you will feel that need, and it'll almost be just kind of a natural, instinctual sort of thing where you kind of take that step back, you pause, you regroup, you pay attention to what's going on, not just the words that are being spoken, but also to the surrounding elements and to the surrounding situations and whatnot. That is pretty much one of those things that I think you will find to be beneficial as far as working relationships and interpersonal relationships go. However, we're not done yet. So let's look and see possibilities for the weekend. First card, Novice of Wands. This card is reversed. Second card, Eight of Wands, right side up. Now, traditionally, I would stop here. However, I feel like we need to pull a couple of extra cards. Seven of Chalices, right side up. And the Hierophant, right side up. What's funny to me is that this kind of is a brilliant summation of how everything is going to kind of culminate and move into next week. However, a lot of people look at the Hierophant and they think, oh my God, it's another Tower moment or it's another Wheel moment. And that is not necessarily true, especially when it is combined with the Wands and the Chalices. Overall, I will say that ultimately that pause is going to bring some new life and some new thought processes into some of the dynamics of some of the relationships that you guys have with each other. Not necessarily each other as per se like you're interacting on YouTube, but with each other as far as who you interact with on a day-to-day basis. So I do feel like some of you are going to hear from some people that you haven't heard from in a while. I would not be at all surprised for someone to contact you out of the blue. Not necessarily, no, I really feel it. If it doesn't happen this week, it'll be sometime next week. For those of you that do hear from somebody out of your past, I would not be at all surprised to find out it's an ex. Now, whether or not this is an ex who has wishful thinking and is remembering a past experience with you with rose-colored glasses, or whether or not this is somebody who is wanting another romantic interlude with you is kind of remains to be seen. I'd have to pull more cards on a personal reading to get there, but I would not be at all surprised to find or hear from some of you that you heard from an ex, that they just popped up out of nowhere, out of the woodwork. Some of you are feeling a little bit more flush than normal, or you will be by the end of the weekend. Whether you have some side hustles that are starting to become lucrative for you, or it's just payday and things are finally paying off, or whatever, you're feeling a little bit more flushed. You have bills that are getting paid and you aren't trying to figure out which bills aren't getting paid so that way you can put food on your table, or which bills have to be paid so that way you don't lose lights or water or whatever. And that's actually a good thing. Sorry if you can hear my dogs in the background. They're deciding to lend their energies. Right now, I feel like there is some very strong energies coming through the end of the weekend and into next week. Almost like a wildfire would go through and they burn out the old to make way for the new. That is really the feeling that I'm getting from the Hierophant in this particular spread, is there will be a clearing of the old to make way for the new. And I feel like that is actually an apt transition to go through the weekend and in through the early part of next week. We'll pull cards on Monday of next week or Sunday, whichever, and see what that week holds. But I really feel like there's going to be quite a few of you that notice that there is that change, that kind of refreshing thing. And I'm not saying like there's actually going to be a fire per se, but more along the lines of there will be some clearings of the old to make way for the new. You may find that you feel the sudden energy and need to go through and do a massive house cleaning, or to get through some clutter spots in your home that have been there for a while that are just finally needing to be tended to. That's clearing out the old to make way for the new. now is actually the perfect time to do that, especially with the way that the stars are starting to align and some of the lunar events that are happening. So that's actually awesome. And if you do it, great, more power to you. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I am trying to conserve as much energy as I can for the live tomorrow. Again, that will be $25 for each reading as we're live. It will start at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. Love and light to you.